Hello and welcome to A Pair of Dice Lost podcasting channel. My name is Brendan and I'll be your storyteller for the evening. When we last left the crew, they had just finished stealing gear in a virulent plague from the shady clutches of Pentex. Now, after laying low, the group has decided it's time to go after the rest of the vampires in the Big Apple. But will they be able to make it, or get lost along the way as the nightlife of the Big Apple looms ever larger around them? This is Exalted vs. World of Darkness, Friendly Neighborhood Exalts, Episode 17, Interpol. So, when we last left off with our intrepid group of college students, you all had just finished one of the longest nights of your life, as that you actually planned to do something incredible and managed to pull it off. You have gotten a bunch of ill-gotten goods, including one plague to destroy the world, Tyrannosaurus Rex arm for some reason that I'm sure that Tyler has planned. A giant hilt that, if I recall, feels very familiar to Lenny since he's the only one who touched it.
A bow staff.
A new seven-headed friend.
Friend is a strong term.
A new seven-headed thing that is with you.
That sounds more accurate. Somebody had to go and make it innocent. Shame.
Well, I mean, how else am I going to get you to not murder it?
Can we murder it?
You could have made it not one of the beasts of the apocalypse. Do you know how much pain you are doing the poor old Christian Lenny's soul right now?
A lot. Tyler, did you remember to put that new background that I told you to put down on your character sheet?
No, but I remember it now. Thank you.
Yeah, you have a dot in whispers.
That has been amended.
Man, I need to get a dot in whispers. That way I can maybe talk a little more quietly.
You don't want these kinds of whispers, bud.
Hey, bro, if you want them, you can have mine.
Shut those whispers out of existence.
So you guys have finished your heist. You have other things going on to do. As a group, how much... I guess the best question is, how much downtime between the heist and anything else you guys want to do you want to have pass? Like... Do you guys want to kind of like lay low for the month of November, or do you guys want to like go right from this heist into your next adventure?
Well, I need to take time and sit and establish a different persona so people will know, so I can actually, pass class somehow.
And I have to take some time to study the shit out of this deadly world-ending disease that I have in my pocket.
November is a busy season for football.
It's true.
Okay, so that sounds like three people saying yes to let's have some time pass and like you guys kind of go about your stuff and like kind of like lay low. Okay, so am I hearing that you guys are going to skip through November and let the heat meter die down, let those wanted stars go down?
Yes.
And also yes.
The cop has anything to say about it.
Okay, so then in that case, I do have one question for you all. What are you guys going to be doing about the seven-headed lizard thing?
Well, I wanted to kill it, but I can't, so somebody else has to be strong enough to do it.
I'm kind of just marginally concerned as to why it's here.
Nah, I like it. I say we keep it around until it's not useful.
Is it useful now?
Time to kill it.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to find... You see Cash just vomit up a little emerald spider. Holy shit!
That doesn't sound like a normal disease.
Guys, I found a spider in my throat.
Why?
Can I make a medicine roll, I guess?
You can.
Okay.
Must have been one of those spiders that you swallow in your sleep. Mama says that happens a lot.
It's made of emerald. I tap it.
6 up, right?
Yeah.
9.
I'm gonna be real with you. Even with 9 successes, that does not explain why they.
Oh, buddy, I know, but I can't not.
You go in to investigate Cass medically. Cass seems completely normal, if too normal, upon medical inspection. You have no idea where that an emerald fucking spider would have come from.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird. Obviously, the emerald came from the condensed carbon from you smoking. Maybe stop doing that.
You know what? Screw you. I mean, it's friendly. It's just crawling all over my hand. But what were you saying? We need to find out.
Spider?
Say what?
Wouldn't that make it a diamond spider?
It's made of emerald. It's
Wow.
green.
Good job, Lenny. Bonus points. You get a gold star.
I'm a good noodle.
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. Well, spider aside, we said we were gonna try and figure out if this thing's useful, so we want to find out about it, right?
Why are you not that worried about a spider that just popped out of your throat?
Look, okay. Liv died and came back. I shot fucking Lenny out of a bow that I won in a dice game. I can fuck with time, and I just coughed up an emerald spider. You know what? Fuck everything. Why not? I'm just going with it at this point, okay?
That's like the most normal thing to have happened in the past month.
Right? And we have a 7-headed lizard creature thing that speaks different languages.
Brendan?
Yes.
I have a question about mechanics.
All right.
So for plague-eating kiss, the thing that makes me not suffer from diseases, it says I have to bite someone and then take it. Can I just drink this potion and have it and then have that work? Or do I have to infect somebody and then take it back from them? Is Brendan making a weird face?
You need to go stare out a window.
Have fun, bud.
Out of character, there's a whole reason I specifically chose now to cough up the spider. So, I'm just waiting for it.
No, it'll be great.
The reason was because we were talking about finding out if this thing was useful, and, this spider goes and finds information. Not that my character knows that yet.
Yes, I'm going to say that you have to do it as written. You have to infect someone and then get the plague from them.
Noted. How much liquid is in this vial of disease?
Not a lot.
But
This-
give me
this
a
was
dosage
the
number here.
This was the Stygian curse one, right?
Yeah,
Oh, we're talking like 1 dose.
I'm talking like 1 dose.
That's perfect. Hey, Lenny,
Yeah, bud?
I have a favor to ask.
Yeah, man, when a buddy needs help, you help him. What's up?
Cool. Take a seat.
I'm gonna take a seat for him.
How many doses did you say it was?
It's just the one. Also, while I'm thinking about it, how does this spread?
You don't know.
Well, that's concerning. In
Yeah,
my days of studying it, can I make a roll to find out?
Yeah, you can.
What roll would you like?
I'm going to say a medicine roll.
Okay.
Difficulty is going to be a 7.
4.
I see 2. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm
It
wrong.
is 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's 3. What that you have figured out is that the initial dose that you do has to be, you have to do it very carefully because this thing most likely begins to spread immediately after contact with air, so you have to be extraordinarily careful about extracting it.
Okay.
Basically air is the trigger vector, and it's somehow been vacuum sealed in there, and there's those wax seals and everything on there.
Gotcha. So it's an airborne disease.
Yes.
Okay. So, but I can, if I'm careful, administer that to a single person without letting it loose.
Correct.
Then I would like to do that.
All right, I'm going to ask for 2 more medicine rolls. The first one is going to be another difficulty 7, as it is going to require a lot of finesse and making sure that you don't accidentally end the world. I feel like difficulty 7 is a nice point for that. And then the next one will be a difficulty 6 because you're literally just administering. Well, actually, no, you wouldn't even need that. You just need the 1.
Okay. I can spend a willpower preemptively to get 1 success, right?
Correct.
I think I will do that to Be safe.
Question.
Answer.
You said it's airborne, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm leaving as far away as I can.
It's okay. Just put a plastic bag over my head. It'll be fine.
That's a fair point. I suppose some modicum of safety would be a good idea. Forget you people, enjoy living and things.
What's it?
I'm just saying, I don't want to be around when that thing's open. If it's transmittable and it's by air, I don't think I want to be around it.
That's fair. Lenny, follow me.
I
Sure
don't
thing,
think
bud.
any of us should be around it.
Oh, one of us is going to be around it, and the other one's going to have it very close in proximity. But don't worry, I have it handled.
As he gives the solar the thing that makes him.
I have it handled. I'm 99.9% sure that this is fine. And if it doesn't go right, the sunlight's overrated anyway.
So,
Or are we not just administer a deadly disease to our friends?
Alright, come along, Lenny.
If you guys leave to do this, you're getting a very, very disapproving look from Marci.
Okay, how about this? Would you rather me go and find a stranger to administrate it to? If I could just drink it and have it not bother anyone else but me, I would, but I can't.
If it's an easily transmittable disease, no matter who takes it, it's going to bother other people, isn't it?
No, that is the point. That is why I, the medical professional, am trying to contain this world-ending disease right now so it doesn't get into the world. That is the entire point.
Oh man, Liv,
But
you actually graduated. Congratulations. Why didn't you invite us, bud? I wanted to watch you walk the aisle.
Lenny. Anyway, don't get me wrong. I would rather just be able to drink this like Kool-Aid and have it not affect anyone else potentially, but I cannot.
And how do we know if what you're planning is actually going to work?
Well, you don't. No one ever really knows anything. But I'm very sure. Very sure to a degree that it is safer to do this than to leave it to potentially be exposed from people who are going to be looking for it. No one just loses a world-ending disease, Marci.
I'm sure.
I still don't like it, but I'm not going to stop you.
Well, I'm not without reason. I'm more than willing to listen to an alternative.
So while this is happening, Cass is playing with the spider and trying to think about the 7-headed dragon. And the spider just fucks off some. That's all I'm saying.
okay. We will figure out exactly what that does in a little bit.
Yep, back to your regularly scheduled potential release of Plague Upon the World content. Hits a little too close to home right now.
Maybe a little bit, but it'll be fine.
I trust Liv. If he says I'll be okay, I'll be okay. He's never lied to me.
Excellent. So I guess I take Liv somewhere not awful and populated, and I guess I'll make my roll.
Yep, go for it.
Open a portal. We're gonna do this in the spirit realm.
That's
Shadow
not a bad
realm.
idea, but that's also a lot of essence that I might need for other things since I'm doing this bullshit.
I also assume that you're doing this at night like a smart person.
Yes, and I've spent the willpower to get one automatic success. Wow, that's still 3 successes. Holy shit.
Those 3 ones, though.
But the 2 10s.
True, because I said difficulty 7, so I count 5 successes total, including your willpower.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Oh, I did my math wrong. You're right.
You thought I had said, difficulty 10 or something?
I thought the 1s just canceled out the 10s entirely, but they don't. They just take 1 from them. They're still successes.
Yeah, that's the only way that the math actually works out to not be completely killer. You take a syringe and carefully plunge it through the wax, breaking a seal that is older than human history, and you remove the liquid into the plunger of this thing, expertly making sure not to leave even a single microgram of this left.
Nice.
The tube is now barren and has no use anymore. Currently, the syringe is the home of that thing. But with the syringe not being, properly sealed off from the air, you have a very small window before that thing starts actually spreading the disease.
Alright, Lenny, here we go. And I'm stabbing Lenny with it.
It's now a good time to use my Heavenly Guardian defense to make sure the needle doesn't touch me.
Now would be a very bad time for that. Unless, of course, you want to. I mean, I can totally turn this into like a zombie game if you guys decide to do that.
Hey, I'm perfectly okay punching zombies, then I don't have to worry about who's human.
You know, I've put this into play. I'm not going to tell Cody how to play his character.
Nah. Liv never lied to me. He said it's going to be alright. Even if I don't like needles, I'll take it.
Alright, so Liv stabs you with that, but with practice medical ease and your cooperation, he doesn't need to roll anything to actually get it into a major vein for massive injection. As soon as the liquid leaves the plunger for just a second, if not for how quickly that he's doing this, because he knows that time is absolutely of the essence, you might have started thrashing around as about a second after the last drop goes in, Cody, you take 2 aggravated damage. You cannot soak it.
I'll take it.
As the literal sunlight in the solar's veins begins to react to the fucking thing.
Yeah,
Tyler, what do you do?
Well, then he's gonna fall out of the chair he's sitting in and start thrashing around.
Well, I guess I'm going to bite him.
Are you going fangs out?
I have to.
All right, so your friend thrashing around you for the first time, really, or at least the first time on camera that we've seen the fangs come out. Go down and bite him. Where do you bite him?
Well, his arms are probably flailing around pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
Probably in like the collarbone.
Okay.
Like the shoulder area.
You go and bite him and roll me your strength, Tyler.
Just straight strength?
Yeah, just straight strength.
This is funny, because don't they both have strength 5?
They do.
That's pretty good. That's 4.
Okay, Cody, you're taking 4 lethal damage. This you can soak, though.
Dope. And soak is your stamina, right?
Correct. And anything else that might help. Sometimes there's charms and shit for it.
Yeah. So
Okay, you managed to soak half of it, so you do take another 2 damage. As your friend bites down on your collarbone. From what that you recall, wasn't vampire bites supposed to be pleasurable? This is nothing like that.
And I'm going to spend the willpower to take the disease or sickness from him and render it dormant inside me.
All right, you do that, and then you hop off. As soon as that he takes the disease from you, because you didn't fight back against him, so this thing only got 1 round to work on you. But he still had to bite you and take that whole thing out of you. So you're not looking great, bud. I believe that was 4 health levels of damage.
Yes. I mean, I'm only hurt. So.
Did you make Oxbody technique?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm less concerned now.
Thought about taking it again, but then I was like, nah, things rarely hit me. And then you did this hit me.
Do I feel alright?
Yeah, you feel fine.
Well, that was a little bit more intense than I had planned, but it was all under the parameters I had planned for. I'm going to help Lenny up and sit him down on the chair.
Yeah, you do that. He is still bleeding, but you can tell with your medical expertise that he'll live. And also that there is none of the contagion in the air around you or within Lenny. So the entire operation was a stunning success.
Wonderful. I'm going to patch up Lenny's little boo-boo, I guess, and give him a lollipop. And then head back to rejoin the compatriots, I suppose.
So, Liv, we're everything's good now, right?
Right as rain.
Good.
Thank you for your assistance.
I'm going to take the opportunity and punch him in the arm.
Are you just jabbing me, or are you actually attacking me? Oh, okay, you're rolling dice.
Yeah, I'm punching you in your arm.
How do I go about soaking?
That would be stamina.
Can I parry?
You could parry with either strength and brawl, strength and melee.
I'll do strength and brawl. 5.
Yep. Cody only got a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That arm punch just turned into a really cool bro fist bump.
Yeah, you guys just really coolly bro fist bump, bro fist parry. So you guys
remember what that's from? Where they're both standing on the front of a truck driving at each other at like 60 miles an hour for the fist bump.
Oh god, I don't even know what that's from. I know it, but I don't know where it's from.
Right?
So anyway, so you guys walk out of the back room of. I assume you guys are in the clubhouse.
Probably.
So you guys walk out of the back room of the clubhouse. The girls can see that Lenny has a rather large bandage, a thing of gauze over where his collarbone is that is pretty rapidly bleeding. It'll heal up in a few hours, you guys know, but still a little weird.
All right, all done. Now on to other matters.
So, are we not going to talk about the blood and what happened?
What do you want to know?
Next time I'm listening to Marci.
Look, it was a deadly disease is no longer at risk of infecting this world. You're a hero, Lenny.
You didn't
An
say
all-American hero. It's a medical procedure. Those are often painful. I should have been more clear. I'm sorry.
Couldn't you have, tested it on a lab rat or something first?
No, I couldn't have.
You totally could have injected a lab rat and then just eaten it.
Oh, really? Shit.
Didn't say it had to be human.
Hold on 1 second.
Actually, now I'm super curious if the charm said it had to be human.
It does say while drinking someone's blood. If you're saying that could have been an animal, then cool to know for the future.
For the sake of keeping it dramatic, it has to be something that has some form of sapience to it.
Yeah, and I think if you go back to the actual abyssal blood thing, I think you can only drink human blood.
Yeah. I will say that, if you tried to drink, the blood of a spirit while you were on the Umbra, I would let that count.
That'd be pretty dope. And probably safer.
Or, if you, I don't know, drank the blood out of a lupus breed werewolf, so, one of the werewolves that actually starts off as a dog breed, that'll probably count.
What he's saying is there were plenty of other safer ways that you could have gone about this, but you wanted to hurt your friends instead. I hope you feel good about yourself.
Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah.
Great. You know what? I had a great time hurting my friend. Happy now?
Extremely.
Now we can move on.
So, while you guys are all figuring things out, the seven-headed dragon slinks down from the rafters.
Marci's going to look very uncomfortable.
Well, first, can I get my information?
Yes, what did you need to know?
So I did pick up my efficient secretary technique, which is why I got my little spider, and I rolled 3 successes. So basically, the spider goes along the threads of fate and finally retrieves the fact, so long as it's not lost or actively hidden. And the fact I would like my little spider to retrieve is, what is this thing?
All right. What is this thing? The name that the spider brings to you, which is not a name so much as a title, but hey, you guys are used to that by now, right? Is the first beast.
We already knew that.
I mean, you asked the question.
I don't know how to phrase it. If you're gonna make me do I'm talking to a fae or a genie here, I'll fucking do that. But
no, we'll save that for when you can actually communicate with this thing. So what do you want me to? What is it? I can give you a couple different things. First off, is that it is known as the first beast. The first beast is one of the creatures that heralds the apocalypse in the Christian Bible Book of Revelation. It is a 7-headed dragon that is said to, from each of its mouths, speak lies and will bring about the... Oh god, I have to actually look up my fucking Christian mythology stuff again. Okay, so basically it is said that this thing would come up from the sea and it has 7 heads and 10 horns. First off, you don't see any horns on it. And upon those horns are 10 crowns. You definitely do not see a crown on this thing's head. But basically it is supposed to be the herald of the dragon or the beast from the earth, whatever version that it is. Basically, it is the thing that heralds Satan's coming in the Book of Revelation.
Spicy.
Is there anything else that you would like me to that might be a relevant question to that I might have missed?
I mean, I have one, but I can also make a roll for my little spider to go out again. If I need
Okay,
to.
well, what is it?
Where did it come from? Like, obviously it was in the freaking coffin, but I guess maybe I should be like, why was it in the coffin? I don't know. Like I said, I can make the roll again. It would just have to go back out and get the fact again.
But it has to be able to get something that isn't, like, lost to history, right?
That's neither generally lost nor actively hidden. It only takes 5 seconds for it to go and find this information. And it doesn't cost me anything for it to do it. I just have to succeed on rolls.
I'm gonna say that, like, you sent it out with, like, all this information before. I mean, you did get 4 successes.
I got 3, just so you know.
Oh, well, no, you're fine.
Because it's difficulty 8 for the roll.
I mean, realistically, if it costs you nothing, you could just kind of throw that at the system, and eventually I'm going to have to give you answers. So instead of just having you roll a bunch, I'm gonna just give you some answers.
Okay.
Since you didn't botch on the first go.
Yeah, I mean, I can spend essence to automatically succeed if I want to, but that's more of a backup if I really need.
So where this thing came from it's extraordinarily hard to tell, in all honesty, because that land, as you know it, doesn't exist anymore. The closest thing to it would be if you looked into, like, kind of like proto-mythologies or, like, stuff like that, it would be the equivalent of, like, the lost continent of Mu or the myth of Atlantis. What this thing is? What other questions were there? What this thing was, where it came from?
I mean, I guess I'd probably just go through the who, what, when, where, why spectrum. Like, what the fuck is this? Why is it here? Where is it from? Stuff like that.
Okay, we've already answered who it is and where it's from. Why is it here? That is not something that you can get. That is something that is actively being hidden from you.
Okay, that's good to know.
You do know that as far as, like, answering, like, the when, you do know that it was entombed in that crystal sarcophagus for all of human history.
I guess I only really have 2 more questions.
Okay.
Why is it friendly towards us?
That is something that is also being actively hidden from you, but not in, like, there isn't a reason that would be written down that this thing could go and find. I'm trying to think of the best way to put this, and it is better revealed through roleplay, in that this thing has a canine-like affection for all of you. So, anyway, this thing comes slinking down from the rafters, and as it sees Lenny hurt, it gets behind him, and one of the heads peeks forward and starts speaking in that serpent-like tongue to him. And it begins to apply a kind of weird mossy salve to the wound, which, Cody, you can remove those health levels, as it basically comes in and, like, fully heals you from your ordeal.
I'm gonna speak back to it in First Age, because that's the common language that we both speak. Be like, thanks!
It nods and bows its head in deference, and then slinks away to begin tending to the rest of the clubhouse.
I'm just gonna look at Marci, just blankly, like...
Marci doesn't look too excited about everything.
Hey guys. So you know that spider that I coughed up? So it disappeared for, like, a couple seconds while I was thinking about the lizard and kind of, like, speculating out loud. and then it came back and whispered and told me shit. Kind of weird.
Use the World Wide Web.
Yeah, but I get an actual spider for that. And so, like, the little spider's just kind of walking around me and then just literally goes behind my neck and just disappears at one point, and you don't see it anymore. Yeah, it told me some things about whatever that is, the first beast. And I relay, like, all the information that it told me to these guys for the sake of not having to repeat everything again. So yeah, it's nice to us. I don't know how good of a thing that is, that it's nice to us, or what that really means.
So what you're saying is, you have a magic spider?
Yes, I have a magic emerald spider, and I'm naming her Charlotte.
Liv just blinks a couple times. Really?
Yeah. What else should I name it? Like Jahan or something?
You name your spider whatever you like.
What's wrong with the name Charlotte?
As Cass says, what's wrong with the name Charlotte, you all can see behind Cass the creature is dutifully sweeping up some dust and cleaning things away to make this place look a little bit nicer and be a little bit more friendlier to people with allergies. But as the Cass says, what's wrong with the name Charlotte, you can see a head, a different head than the one that was speaking with Lenny, nod behind Cass as if it's like, yeah, what's wrong? Almost like it's trying to hype her up.
I have my own hype lizard.
Today is a day.
I think Charlotte's a good name, and I'm pretty sure Simple Man Freebird agrees with me.
One of these days, I'm gonna be able to interact with spirits like you guys can. I'm gonna figure it out. Somehow.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
So with that out of the way, I take it. So you've gotten all this stuff done. Time passes. You guys go to class and study and everything, and eventually you guys feel that the heat has died down on your escapades. One day, you all have figured out some way to keep the beast secluded from other things. The ghost children of the clubhouse they don't like it, but they're not going to argue. So eventually, one day, after time has passed, you all meet up again to start on your crusade against a bunch of stuff. How much time do you guys want to have passed since Halloween and now?
I don't know. All I know is that at some point in that time, I'm going to call and check in with my family so they don't come and kick my ass again.
That's a good call. You do that. Your sisters tell you that they still haven't heard any word from your mother. They're still working on it, but things are weird on their end.
Define weird.
There's been a lot more interference lately in their usual activities than there has been in the last decade. Most of the families have had trouble communicating and getting together without interference from the various night societies of the world.
I'm gonna make sure to mention that I accidentally unleashed the first beast. Just nonchalantly, like, oh yeah, I kicked this coffin and, a 7-headed beast came out.
The line is interrupted. At some point, the line just goes dead.
Huh.
You are unable to make contact with your family for the foreseeable future, Cody.
Oh boy. Goddamn GenSec.
Cody, are we doing it? Is this Sweet Home Alabama?
Is this Sweet Home Alabama? I think that's a good question for Brendan.
I'm going to say no, not right now.
Okay.
So, what is y'all's plan for where you guys are going to go next? What story beat do you guys want to follow down? I will let you know. I will let you guys know, since I have told you guys about this, is that whatever story beat you choose, the next one is going to be Sweet Home Alabama. I wanted Sweet Home Alabama to be like the Christmas episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like my natural first thought is to go punching wizards.
Punching wizards. Okay, where are you going to find wizards to punch?
I don't know. We could always rob a museum and have them show up again. Gonna cut off my phone call with my family.
You get the feeling that robbing the museum will not go as well a second time.
What? Why?
This time they might be prepared. Also, you guys don't have the hacker with 14 fucking successes.
That was some silly shit, wasn't it?
Just gonna plug a mouse into the wall.
So, as a friendly reminder of the plot points that you guys have available, there is the apple on top of the Empire State Building. There is your contact with Vampire Society, your good friend Bruno. Wait, was it Bruno?
No, it was
Peter. Peter, that's who
Peter
it was.
Giuseppe.
Hooray.
Yeah, you guys have your vampire contact, Peter, who's totally your friend now, and definitely would not betray you for a little sip of that blood.
For a literal contact bar.
He's not brave enough.
I don't think he's smart enough to know that we could find him.
But he is smart enough to know that we killed the people he feared.
There's also that. There's also Hay, who wants to go exploring the underground in New York City.
Oh yeah, the subway demon.
I mean, I'm down for subway demons.
My vote's on subway creatures, actually.
Yeah.
That's something attacked me, and I just let it happen.
Yeah, and I'd rather save spirit stuff for the point when Christina has the ability to interact with spirit stuff.
It'll be. I think I need. Hold on, I actually have it pulled up because I was looking at it. I think I need outside of my spec, which I think means it's ×4 for the charm. This is 12. Because I was looking at getting it because there is a good one for it.
So there's also dealing with Detective Oak.
I'd also be cool with that.
And as a spoiler for the Apple thing, I'm literally going to have you guys go into the Umbra for that. So actually needing the spirit detecting stuff is actually not a necessity for that story.
Oh, looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
I don't like locking huge story beats behind charm gates. I'll give you guys like extra stuff if it gets picked up. Since a lot of you guys had stuff picked up, I decided to like throw it out there early. But like I figured at some point someone was going to go up to the Empire State Building because why wouldn't you? You're in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be about 12 XP for me to get the spirit thing.
Oof.
Yeah, it's outside of my my charm spec. It's a journey spell, and my stuff is set up for battles and secrets. Because like the thing I can get that's in in secrets is stuff that takes me. I think it's into the Umbra, the Penumbra. Yeah, mine does the Gauntlet and the Shroud. So I could do the Penumbra or the Shadowlands.
Gotcha.
I'm leaning towards either Detective Oak or Subway Monsters.
Yeah, same. I do like punching things.
I do know that Marci's uncle told her that stay out of the subways because it was, I think he said something about it not being great or bad or something like that.
Okay. So then, Christina, what's your vote for?
I don't have a preference, honestly.
I just flipped a coin and the coin said, Detective Oak. Not Professor. Detective. Is it because he catches all the bad guys?
Yeah, it might be.
I gotta fucking catch them all.
All right. So you guys are going to... okay, so it's been a couple months since Detective Oak first contacted you. How are you going to set up a meeting with him?
I've got his card.
Yeah, you do.
Just gonna give him a call and be like, hey, you remember how you said if I find...
Okay, so you give him a call, and the phone rings a couple times, and then it is eventually picked up, and you hear the same gruff, done with your shit voice of Detective Oak. Hello, this is Detective Oak. How can I help you?
I'm Batman.
Where's the trigger?
Where's Bane?
Wow, this is not the first time that this has happened. Listen, Kids, I'm gonna need you to stop prank calling me. I don't know who this Christian Affleck man is.
I'm of the mind that Ben Bale sounds better.
That's why I didn't go with it.
I'm dying.
Hello, is there anyone on the end of this line?
Yeah. Detective Oak, it's Lenny. Remember you said to call you if I found anything out?
Lenny, oh yeah, the football kid, right? Stop the mugging?
Yeah, the angel in the end zone.
Right, kid. So, what can I do for you?
I've got some, information. Can we meet up somewhere?
Information regarding what?
Oh, the mugging sprees that have been going on. The things that you were looking into?
Is this...
about that crime family?
This line isn't secure, is it?
Probably not. Would you like me to continue telling you about the information I want to tell you, Detective?
Yeah, sure. Give me just a moment to, where are you at right now, kid?
I am behind the Steak and Shake across from the Brooklyn Bridge.
In the dumpster.
Knock on the dumpster 3 times, a man named Terry will answer.
Oh, you know Terry as well?
You motherfucker.
He's one of my best informants.
Oh, I didn't know you. See? You could have just told me that you knew Terry. Yeah, we'll meet up and we can maybe grab dumpster lunch with Terry on our way over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that kid. How about you, he kinda thinks for a moment. Think that you can meet me at Greeley State Park. It's right off 33rd Street.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, that's a nice middle of the way. I'm way up north right now.
Oh, what's got you out there?
Work, duh.
Understood. Yeah, we can meet up there. I'll bring the crew.
All right, yeah. Just give me a little bit. Traffic out of Harlem this time of night's a little rough.
All right, see you there, Detective.
So you guys are gonna go and meet up with Detective Oak in Koreatown.
Oh man, that's where that is. I'm actually pull the map up this time.
Yeah, you really should pull up the map as where he asked you to meet.
It's gonna be some big trouble in Little China bullshit.
Yeah, it's Greeley State Park, Greeley, or I'm sorry, Greeley Square Park.
Oh, well then.
Oh man, we can get some bulgogi to go with this bullshit.
Oh man, dumpster kimchi is like the best kimchi. It's got the best fermentation on it.
Dude, it's like the modern way of how they used to bury it, but we just bury it in garbage.
Dude, there was a fucking there was a goddamn miracle kimchi quest in Like a Dragon, and it's the most wholesome bullshit ever. It's kimchi that activates God mode. Greeley Square Park is about an entire block away from the Empire State Building. So that big apple that you guys can sometimes see is right there in your face and looking larger than ever. As the amount of time that has gone by since you all might have actually looked at it, it does appear that now it is starting to outwardly rot, and there are starting to become holes in it.
It's the worms.
As you guys go and find a bench that you all have decided to meet up with Detective Oak.
Oh, he's not having us meet him in a karaoke bar?
He is not having you... Is there a fucking karaoke bar nearby? Do you guys want to go play karaoke?
There are karaoke bars in Korea.
Holy shit, there is a karaoke... There are 2 karaoke bars. Britt doesn't want it.
Cody mentioned worms, and I just internally cringed. All I could think about was werewolf.
Okay, so don't get me excited about karaoke like that, Cody.
I mean, I've got a feeling I'd be pretty good at karaoke.
What if it's like a really grungy punk karaoke bar, Britt?
You will never get me singing for a podcast ever.
Well, fair. neither will you hear me do that. So I agree with Britt. Hard no.
They already got me to do that.
They would have gotten me to do that, but I was a lookout instead, so we made Brendan sing.
Ever is a strong word, but I don't want to.
Never is a perfectly reasonable word for me. No.
I mean, I have a goblin singing, sort of, so, close enough, right?
I'll playfully sing here and there, like a tune that's like a couple like words or long or something, but I'm not like singing.
I'm gonna do a death growl and use my intimidation to make them cheer for me.
You guys meet Detective Oak in Greeley Square Park. You guys kind of see this grizzled man of the force, man on the police force, not man of the force, sitting down at a bench, lighting a fresh cigarette with a dirty tan duster on. He looks almost like he's pulled right from the pages of Bad Cop magazine.
Does he have a coffee mug?
He does not have a coffee mug. Cigarettes are his addiction.
Does he kind of look like a grungy Inspector Gadget?
No, I think that's too cool for him.
Like really shitty noir cop?
Yeah, he looks like a really shitty noir cop.
I love it.
So as you guys approach, he notices Lenny first because he had looked for him before, and then he also notices Marci because he had met her before. Stands up and ashes his cigarette and then steps on it, and once it's out, he picks it up and tosses it in the garbage. Hey kids, you needed some help?
Well, more so thought you could use some help.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit confused about your whole angel spiel there, kid.
I could show you, but it would probably hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on getting you in for assaulting a police officer.
Yeah, I'd rather pass on that too, officer. But anyways, yeah. Little Birdie told me that they heard you had connections in a crime family and were looking into me.
Connections in a crime family? Sorry, kid, I don't know what you're talking about.
So, you don't know anything... Huh. I'm trying to remember the crime family's name.
Giovanni.
Yeah. You don't remember anything about a Giovanni crime family?
Oh, you mean those punks that got iced a couple months ago?
Yeah. They were,
Yeah, what about them?
Well, they were looking into me around the same time you were looking into me. I was wondering if you had any other information on them.
Besides the fact that they're dead and they left a big old hole for the Genoveses to move in around Brooklyn territory. Yeah, nothing really, especially not something I'm going to be telling some punk kid.
Uh-huh. Well, that's fine. I guess I'll take my angel powers elsewhere.
Yeah, listen, kid, that I do have the number for a pretty good psychologist if you need it.
Hey, Brendan, I have a question when you have a moment.
Yeah, sure thing.
Are we near the lower Manhattan area by any chance? You know, the area where I got the spies when we took down the Genoveses?
You guys are actually closer to Midtown Manhattan.
Right now. But I'm asking because I got some spies from the ghosts that were there when we broke the place down. And maybe they've seen this guy interacting with the family and can help suss him out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember. So yeah, I can let you talk to some ghosts and see if they've seen this guy around.
I'm gonna tap Lenny on the back as he's being buried by this grown man, and he is like almost a child. I'll be right back, Lenny. I'd say be safe, but that's a silly idea to even ponder.
Nah, he'll be fine. And Cass just takes out a cigarette and lights up.
And I walk down some shady alleyway to find some ghosts.
Okay, you walk down a shady alleyway near Gregory's Coffee, which is like a block down the way.
I'll get a cup of coffee and find my shitty alleyway.
Exactly. Your supernatural presence. Have you upped your essence again, by the way? Are you still just essence 2?
Yeah, just essence 2.
Okay. So you do that, and as you're going down the alleyway, you can feel the air getting a little bit colder around you. There's a couple nearby windows that seem to be frosting over, which, I mean, is pretty normal for this time of year. It is getting close to December-ish. But what definitely isn't normal is the handprints that are slowly being pressed against the windows that do not have any hand, so to speak of, to make the handprint.
My boy Leonardo at it again.
Eyes are peering at you from darkened corners, and the shroud is generally just kind of getting ripped to shreds around you.
Cool. I'll just kind of shuffle on over and be like, hello, hello. Anyone home?
What kind of ghost are you looking to contact?
One of the people who were trapped by the Genoveses that I freed, who are now my ghost spies.
I believe you mean the Giovannis.
I do. My apologies. All these Italian G last names.
I apologize. I had to come up with a name on the spot. One of these is a canon name. The other one is Brendan came up with it on the spot. You pick.
If it helps you remember, the crime bosses that we're trying to find are the Giovannis, and the crime bosses in Pokemon's leader is Giovanni from Team Rocket. That's how I've been remembering it.
So, you call out to any ghost that'll hear you, I guess. Specifically the ones that are in the nearby area. But without ripping the shroud open, it's a little bit harder to get their attention. So you do have to kind of put out a general call. I would like you to make me a... What's better, your charisma or your manipulation?
Both are 2.
Okay, how do you want to do this then?
Well, if I may, my notoriety is maxed.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So I guess charisma.
Make me a charisma plus occult roll.
Okay.
Standard difficulty, but I will tell you this, that higher numbers are going to get you better results. So, like, you're still looking for a 6, but if you get more like 9s and 10s, like, you're going to get a better result. I mean, I'll take that. Okay, so, 2 successes. Pretty good. When you call out in the language of ghosts or whatever, a few spirits that are able to manifest, well, they don't right now, but they do make their presence known as like whispers on the wind towards you. For them to actually like show up outside of a haunt actually takes quite a bit of their essence. Hello, Prince of the Underworld. What can we serve you with today?
There's a guy who had some connections with the Giovannis. What's his name? Investigator Oak. So I hear. Any more information on that? It would help me a lot.
What are you willing to pay for that information?
I have a sneaking suspicion the rest of this coffee isn't going to be much use to you. What do you want?
We would like to travel with you for a time.
How long? And how many?
Until the end of the year.
You said it's November, right?
It's like end of November, starting to be December. Because, you know, football time is very busy in November.
I can give you until Christmas.
This will have to do for us.
I agree.
While there is no change to character sheets or anything, you are now being followed by spirits that you are not familiar with. One of them is familiar. There are others that are following you that are not.
How many total?
5.
Okay. What information do I find out, though?
The information that you find out is that Detective Daniel Oak was at no point a familiar face around Del Posto, except for maybe when his investigations into homicides took him there. He had very little dealings with the Giovanni crime family. In fact, you could say that he downright hated them.
It's the rival clan, isn't it?
It's something that you guys know for a fact that this guy is vampire connected, but it is definitely not connected to the Giovannis.
Who are the other ones? The Genoveses?
That's the rival crime family.
Can I make an occult roll?
What are you looking to figure out through occult?
Any sort of specifically fierce rivalries or war or gang wars that this clan of vampires has had with this other clan?
I will tell you right now, you do not even have to make that roll because there have been none.
Okay.
And I feel like that you making a roll, and then if you got something really good, I would feel really fucking bad about just being like, yeah, there's nothing, bud.
Okay, fair enough. So we know he's connected to vampires, but we know it's not the Giovannis.
Correct.
All right.
You know who may be able to find out more for us?
The spider
A magic spider.
spins a web for you. I'm going to head back to the group.
Well, guys, it's new story time, and boy is it going to be a fun one. Just who is Detective Oak working for, and how badly is the apple hurting? You'll have to come back next week to find out. Our music today was provided by Kevin MacLeod, Raphael Crux, and David Hillowitz, and our theme song for this campaign is Epic Blockbuster 2 by Raphael Crux. If you liked what you heard, give us a retweet or a review. It helps us get out to more people who can enjoy these stories with us. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at apairofdicelost. We post news and when new episodes go up, or tweet about how editing or playing is going. So if you want a sneak peek at what's coming up next, it's a great place to be. Also, if you had any questions, you can send them to us at apairofdicelost@gmail.com. Finally, I saw that cool thing you did with your day, so have some stunt dice.